I may be indigenous, but I'm not your Pocahontas. That movie romanticizes pedophilia and sex trafficking. I'm not your Pocahontas.
Beautiful girls all over the world. I could be chasing, but my time would be wasted. They got nothing on you. Nothing on you, babe. Nothing on you. Nothing on you.
I'm on the road to being the first Native American to ever hold an elected countywide office and the first from my tribe to ever hold an elected office outside of our government, our tribal government. We had people telling us that we need to be less Native, that we need to stop centering people of color, our indigenous communities, all of them. They told us we need to be talking to only urban voters, affluent voters, and we didn't listen, and we did it our way anyway, and the community responded, and we won!
Thinking to myself, if it was Kylie and not Meg, would the internet be reacting the same? No, stop, don't get mad. Don't get mad at me. Listen. I feel like we wouldn't be making jokes. I feel like we wouldn't be making jokes, y'all. I feel like we would genuinely be talking about gun violence.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need to.
States are closing. We were almost done. No way! Corona is returning. Corona is returning. Corona is returning. States are closing.
Let's talk about artists who have shown support to black women. The first artist is 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz highlighted dark-skinned women in his Feds Watching music video. He said that he's the father of dark-skinned daughters and that his mother is a dark-skinned woman and that he's dark-skinned himself, so he feels like he should support dark-skinned and black women. The next artist is Bryson Tiller. Bryson Tiller featured black women of all shades in his Something Tells Me music video. There was a very diverse group of women at this music video shoot. Next we have Wizkid. Wizkid has praised black beauty before. He highlighted African beauty in his Come Closer music video, and he collaborated with Beyonce on the song Brown Skin Girl, which shows appreciation to brown skin and dark skin women.
Nobody needs to know.
The Reynolds pamphlet.
It'll be better if we had just never met.
I wish we never met. We broke up on pickup chat, crying on my DS. I went to a birthday party for one of your friends. But now that this is over, I can hate them, I don't have to pretend.
It's funny disrespecting your own country, but do you know how many people died for your freedom?
Hi. So I think it's funny how you believe your people gave me freedom in order to be where I am now? No. Your people imprisoned our queen into her kingdom. Think of that. And on top of all of that, you illegally overthrew our Hawaiian kingdom into the United States. So please acknowledge me when I say, whose exact freedom we are celebrating on July 4th. Also, to put it upon you, Native Americans were also killed and raped in their own territories, and black people were still enslaved. So really, who died for our freedom, and who are we celebrating on 4th of July? to be exact.
That boy sus. Get the punk, that's a must. I don't trust. Oh cool, okay, oh cool. Intel, yeah.
You run and tell your friends that you're leaving me. They say that they don't see what you see in me. You wait a couple months, then you gon' see. You'll never find nobody better than me.
Hold up, bring the beat back. Stop, I ain't ready yet. Wait, let me fix my hair. Yes, yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now pass me my dress. Yes, I think I'm ready.
Now I know what's real and what is fake.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, yeah. You is a lie.
So tell me to leave, I'll pack my bags, get on the road.
Ya hey ya ho hey ya ho hey oh hey ya hey ya ho hey ya ho hey oh hey hey ya ya ho hey ya ho hey oh hey.
Is it okay to be confused about your sexuality? Absolutely. In fact, you don't even need to use the word confused. You can say, I'm still figuring it out. That actually can be a long process sometimes. People sometimes feel like they have to figure out their sexuality and their gender identity like really fast and get the flag on the wall and just all this stuff. You just take a deep breath. I myself should take a deep breath. I'm freaking out. Okay, back on subject. Here's the deal. You don't need to figure everything out perfectly right away. For example, I'm gender fluid and bisexual, but still when I have kids, I'm unsure what they're supposed to call me. Mom, dad, Desi? I'm not sure yet. I'm not necessarily confused, but I'm still figuring it out. It's okay to do that with sexuality, gender identity, a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, hope this helps. Great question.
How you like that? You gonna like that? Like that? How you 5, 6, 7, 8. Dance with me in my backyard, boy. Look, it's
In my entire life, I've only ever met one other person like that. That's so cool. I have actually never been to the Chinatown. And to be honest, like I really don't know of like Chinese influence on Cuban culture. The little that I know about like the Chinese influence in Cuba, I think it's mostly in like La Habana or like the west part. But that's not really where my family is from. So teach me about our people.
If you date a black person, they will wear a hat to bed. Or maybe a scarf, or maybe even a bonnet. Please don't look at them and say, ooh, what's on your head? We wear it for our hair to keep it nice and soft, to make our...
Can you raise awareness for the explosion that occurred in Lebanon? Of course, this is a very important topic. Very sadly, in Lebanon yesterday there was a large explosion, 2 actual explosions that occurred. The 2 explosions combined killing over 100 people and injuring over 5,000. This was not an attack on the capital, but really because there was 2,750 pounds of ammonium nitrate that were stored in a warehouse unsafely. The president is conducting an emergency cabinet meeting to try to figure out how the explosion actually occurred. In other words, to try to figure out how the ammonium nitrate was actually activated. Some people, of course, have been doubting that this was an accident. However, any neighboring country that actually may have actually done it has already offered assistance, which points to the fact that there wasn't really a rival nation that actually did this. It was just a really sad accident. HelpLebanon.card, CRADD, is actually a really good website that is offering resources and ways to help Lebanon. Of course, pray and take action to help Lebanon. Remember, one world, so we're all on the same team. My heart goes out to those affected, and of course, I hope this helps.
The US has near 5 million cases of COVID-19. Black folk are more likely to die of COVID-19. If you say Black Lives Matter but refuse to wear a mask, then please remind me whose life you said matters to you so much again.
Let's talk about suicide. This may be a sensitive topic to all, but it must be talked about. In Canada, the Indigenous people have a problem with suicides in the communities. Way too many young people are killing themselves today. Why? We don't know. This needs to be talked about more. Their mental health isn't taken as seriously because people like to assume for us. So please listen from my mouth. Indigenous people of Canada need more mental health resources to help themselves. We need action now.